CDU-Politiker Christoph Ploss war heute Morgen bei NIUS und hat versucht, das Ganze, was die CDU macht, irgendwie zu rechtfertigen. Yeah, I feel sorry for this guy, people. He really, he seems like he's a nice dude, or Christoph Ploss, right? He goes on all the shows. He's on NIUS, which is basically alternative media. He's been on in Bild. He's been on this, what was it called, Viertel nach Acht, and he was on the other NIUS show. I forgot what it's called though. It doesn't matter. He tries to put his face out there and go on alternative media, and he tries to shill for the CDU party, which is of course becoming more and more difficult. Okay, and the NIUS guys, I guess they were pretty tough on him, but they keep it light. You know what I'm saying? They were pretty tough on him, asking him the right questions. But they weren't really. If it was me there, I would have demolished this dude. You know what I mean? I would not have let him get away with continuing to make up these like talking points in order to justify what the CDU under Friedrich Merz at this moment is doing. Because you really can't justify it, can you? You really can't, right? The CDU made a whole bunch of promises before the election, and they completely reversed course on every single one of them. And that includes the most important ones, right? The most important one was linker Politik is vorbei. I heard Friedrich Merz say it. You know what I'm saying? I heard him say it. And Friedrich Merz, he's a ridiculous figure. He's completely lost all credibility, all legitimacy, and you see it in the poll numbers. You see it that the AfD is now number one. Yes, baby, number one. That's right. Hopefully they're going to stay that way, because then this bullshit really will be over when it's time to vote again. So, Friedrich Merz said all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff. He even talked this big talk. Oh, ik wakkele dan met de dienstwagenschlüssel. And no bullshit. He got his ass kicked in these negotiations. And now people like Christoph Ploss, who are probably good people, you know what I'm saying? He's probably a good guy. Friedrich Merz is like a devil. He's like a demon to me, right? I would never trust Friedrich Merz with anything that is worth anything to me. Never, never. He's a completely untrustworthy, backstabbing, ruthless politician only that is only in it for himself, right? He's in it to win it for chancellorship. He's willing to sell his grandma to get chancellorship. So that guy, I wouldn't let near anybody I know, anybody I like. Wouldn't let him near, if I had kids, I wouldn't let him near my kids. I wouldn't trust the motherfucker as far as I could throw him. Christoph Ploss, on the other hand, is a more likable person. He's one of the CDU people that sees this ship getting ready to hit the iceberg, right? And is like, dude, we have got to turn this ship around, right? But he's part of a cult-like party, you know what I'm saying? And that's the whole problem in this country. You can be the best intentioned, most trustworthy, most likable, most well-rounded, most charismatic person in the world, but if you hook your wagon to a party that is completely discredited, right, that you can't justify anything they do without seeming inauthentic, then you're making the wrong choice. Then you've got to go independent or join a party that you can actually stand behind. You know what I'm saying? All of these people, Jens Spahn and then Christoph Ploss, and all of these people that are CDU politicians, they are still CDU politicians. That's the fucking problem. You see, they are defending and standing behind a party that they can't justify standing behind. They believe in a different direction than the CDU party under Friedrich Merz is going to go. That basically means you've got to eject yourself from that situation, or you will never, ever be valued as the kind of person you really are. If Christoph Ploss or Hubert Aiwanger, and I know he's not CDU, doesn't matter, Hubert Aiwanger, Christoph Ploss, Jens Spahn, if these people would do the actual honorable thing, okay, and say, look guys, I can't stand behind this shit. This is crazy. You guys promised these voters a completely different direction, and instead you give the election to the left, who lost the fucking election. Okay? They lost, and now they're the boss. It's crazy. It's great. That's the most insane shit I've ever seen. Okay? It's bananas. All right? It's fucking bananas. But that's what Friedrich Merz has done. And the CDU party followed him there. The CDU party refused to work with the AfD. That means they are forced to work with the SPD, which is not fucking conservative politics. It's not linkse Politik is weg. No, fucking bullshit. Bull fucking shit it is. It's right there at the front. It's leading the shit. Right? It's leading the fucking thing. It's going to be running the country. It's going to have influence over our lives again for another few years at least. Leftist politics. So Friedrich Merz is a fucking liar. You know, and the thing is, he could have done it differently. He could have, you know what? I said it in a couple videos before. Friedrich Merz had the power to make any of these fucking parties do whatever he wanted because they want power. And Friedrich Merz is their key to power. And if he would have said, yo, you guys are going to go full on in with my immigration policies. You're going to go full in with getting rid of the Bürgergeld. No Familiennachzug. None of that shit. It's all gone. No Heizungsgesetz. No fucking nothing. We're not doing any of that. And if you guys don't agree, I will form a coalition with the AfD and you guys are shut out and that's the end of it. That's the kind of pressure I would have put on these bitches, right? And that's the kind of politician that all of us want. Those are it's that kind of party that most Germans want to see. They want to see politicians with balls and integrity. And all they're getting is lying demons like Friedrich Merz. And then you've got this poor bastard, Christoph Ploss, which is basically like, I mean, I don't know, he looks like he's 15 or some shit like that. And he's probably older. You know what I'm saying? I guess he's older. But he's been in this game for a little bit. And he is basically, you see it on his face when he gets asked the questions from the NIUS guys. Like, okay, whatever happened to linker Politik is weg. And he's like, well, it is gone. How can you back up the CDU and Friedrich Merz on like very, very far-reaching news channel, right? NIUS has big reach, okay? They're doing better than the öffentlich-rechtliche Medien, you know what I mean? So they got big reach, right? And you're sitting on there as a CDU politician and the guys ask you, what happened to linker Politik is weg? Guys, it's vorbei. It's gone. It's over. Leftist policies are done. And now the coalition is going to get formed with the biggest leftist party, a socialist party at that. You know what I'm saying? Then he's trying to explain, it's weg because we got some points in the coalitionsverhandling. So the coalition documents, we did get some points. We're going to stop the Bürgergeld, guys. We're going to stop them for Totalverweigerer. So they're going to stop free money for people who refuse to go to work. Well, no, and see, that's again, it's all in the words. See, that's why listening to these people talk doesn't do anything. You know what I mean? Because for Totalverweigerer, with people that refuse to work, right, there are not very many of those. There's enough to save money, right? But there are ones who, they cheat the system. They can work, right? But they're not forced to move to a different city to work. They're not forced to take any job to work. Now, for my American friends out there that are listening to this, let me tell you how it works here, right? And my wife and I have this conversation all the time. I think it's crazy, okay? She told me a story. She got fired for the summer from her job as a cook, right? She went to school to be a professional cook. She was working at a restaurant, in the winter, I guess it was in the winter. So in the winter, it was downtime with the restaurant and she was no longer needed during that time. And so she would have to either find another job or get unemployment benefits until it started again. Now, when you're on this unemployment for a certain amount of months, right, they do offer you jobs. So not only do you not have to look for jobs, you get them like in your email. You get offered jobs if you're on this shit. And then she got offered a job to be to work at a pizza joint. You know what I'm saying? And she said no. And I was like, well, how? Why? You know, in her case, she was starting working at the same restaurant 3 months later. So I get that, right? And she didn't learn to work. She didn't want to work in just some pizza joint, right? But in my mind, I'm like, look, if you're getting benefits, right, then when you are offered another job in other circumstances, you have to take that job, right? But here in Germany, it's like, no, you don't have to take just any job. You can only be forced to take a job. Actually, you can't be forced to take any job, okay? But they only expect you to take a job in the area where you are schooled. So if you went to school to be a cook, then that's basically the job that you would have to take. And it also has to be in your area because you're not expected to move. See, that's the thing. All these people that are classified as Totalverweigerer, so the people that refuse to do anything and want to live on this government money forever, all they have to do to be outside of that category is send in some email applications or send emails out to see if they can get a job somewhere, and then they can prove to the government, say, look, I tried. I sent these emails out. I didn't get an answer. They weren't hiring, but they're not really clamped down on. That's crazy to me, right? Also, there are people in this country that are not legally here that are also getting government money. They're not even paid into it yet. You know what I mean? And so the whole system is crazy. So these like loose promises from people like Christoph Ploss, oh, we're gonna go after the Totalverweigerer. Yeah, let's see how much money they actually save, okay? Because they're not gonna go after anybody, right? It's bullshit. And that's what this guy is there for on this channel. He's there to try to justify what the CDU has done and try to make the CDU look better by saying, well, I mean, we didn't get totally fucking wrecked in the negotiations. We got this and we got that, and we are going to do the border controls. Did you ever think? He said, "Oh, did you ever think there was going to be actual national border controls in Germany? That was unthinkable, and we achieved that." Like, look, dude, whatever, bro, whatever. As long as somebody says asylum, they're in the country, right? There is not going to, what's these controls going to do? They don't have the personnel for these controls, so they can't do round-the-clock border controls in Germany. They've already made clear they can't do it. They don't have the personnel for it. So for him to say, well, we got that out of the negotiations, he didn't. No, he fucking didn't. It's not going to happen. It's not going to fucking happen, right? And even if it does, like I said, anybody that says asylum when they walk over the border, they're in the country, and there's going to be no way to get them out according to the rules that these people are playing by, right? So again, the only way we're going to get a shitload of illegal immigrants and people that don't have a legal right to be here out of this country is by voting for the AfD, who will have the balls to stand up to the EU in Brussels, right? And they will be able to enforce what they promise. People like Friedrich Merz and the CDU are milquetoast pussies. They're not going to be able to enforce what they promise, because in order to do that, they're going to have to go against the almighty EU bureaucrats in Brussels, right? And they don't want to do that. They're very, very scared of them, right? It's like kryptonite. They're scared of them. They do everything those people say. They're the boss. Ursula von der Leyen, she's the queen bee. Remember that. And she is CDU. So this is what I meant in my video yesterday. I appreciate that Christoph Ploss is trying to make the party he belongs to look better and blah, blah, blah. But really, this party has defamed itself so badly that the only way for people who have actual integrity to be able to save face and actually be trusted again are the people that walk away from this party and say, that's it. I can't do it. I can't tell all the people that voted for our party, listen, we fucked you in the ass by telling you all of these things we were going to do that are just normal, natural, logical things to do for a government in a country, right? They're not anything special. They're just regular things. They even lied about that, right? An actual person that has integrity and believes in their mission does not blindly follow this party into the abyss. So Christoph Ploss, Jens Spahn, whatever, Hubert Aiwanger had the chance also to say, you know what, fuck that shit, I'm not voting for this, I'm out. No, they all are still there, and instead of being honest, they're trying to defend what this party has done. And what this party has done is inexcusable. It's unacceptable. They should never, the voters should never vote for these people again until they have disbanded and formed other parties that are more trustworthy, more follow-worthy, more believable, more integral. That's what they got to do. This shit is done. You know what I'm saying? They have fucked it completely. You can't win an election by saying we will defeat the left. The left is gone, and then partner with the fucking left. No, it doesn't work like that. And then Christoph Ploss, right? Motherfuckers trying to say, well, you know, in negotiations, nobody ever gets 100% of what they want. And, you know, I would have done it differently. If I was writing it, I would have done it totally different. Well, yeah, but you're not writing it. And you're part of a party that doesn't want to do it the way you say you want to do it. So what good does it do? You know what it is, Christoph Ploss? You know what it is? The people of Germany are no longer allowed. They can no longer justify accepting people's blah, blah, right? Blah, blah is finished. We're done with blah, blah, right? We're done. I want to see action. I don't give one fuck about what they say, about what they promise, about what they wish, about what they want, about what they woulda, coulda, shoulda done if they were the one that fucking wrote the thing. I don't give a fuck. It rings hollow to me. It doesn't matter to me. It is just like Homer Simpson looking at Marge when she talks to him and all he hears is rah, 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 rah. Yes, that's all I hear when I look at these people, because they are fakes. They are inauthentic fakes. And as much as I think Christian Ploss is probably a good guy and he's likable, he tries to be funny, but he is putting himself in an unwinnable position, right? You can't justify what the CDU has done. You can't. It's over. You can't sit there and justify it. Look, and then they were talking about the Ukraine shit, right? Well, what about Ukraine? They, as a matter of fact, they didn't even ask about the Taurus rockets. That's kind of dumb. They didn't do that. I would have done that. But, okay. They were, no. They didn't talk about Ukraine. I'm sorry. They didn't. But I'm going to talk about Ukraine, right? Friedrich Merz wants to send Taurus rockets to Ukraine to use against Russia, while Donald Trump and America is trying to cut a peace deal with these people. Not only that, I live in Germany. I don't want a Russian fucking rocket being shot into where I live because Friedrich Merz is a dumb motherfucker. My life cannot hang in the balance because of Friedrich Merz. How does Christoph Ploss justify that shit? You know what I mean? How does he do it? You can't. You can't, because Friedrich Merz is playing with everybody's lives because he wants to be big balls Merz and say, oh, we're going to defeat Putin. No, you're fucking not. Okay? No, you're not. It's not happening. That shit is going to be over. Let it fucking go. Okay? And they're like, well, we can't reward Putin. You're not rewarding Putin. Putin took that shit. Right? Nobody gave it to him. Nobody rewarded him and said, well, congratulations, we're going to give you parts of Ukraine. No, they're in a war and he won. That's different than fucking being rewarded. He wasn't rewarded. Hundreds of thousands of his people have been killed. Right? Hundreds of thousands of soldiers have been killed in Russia. Russia's not getting rewarded in any way. They've been punished every way possible. But they're in a war and they won the territories that they have. That's how war works. You know, so they didn't get rewarded. This fucking narrative twisting shit about, oh, we can't reward him. You did reward him. You didn't. Right? He took it and he won. He rewarded himself. It's not our fault that he won, but they want to try to turn it like that. Look, the whole thing that this CDU party is doing is completely unacceptable. Christoph Ploss can't justify it. And like I said, the best thing for these people to do, if they want to ever be trusted again, people like Christoph Ploss should stop going on TV, should put himself somewhere in the background and keep his head down, right? And pray to fucking Jesus that the CDU delivers on even one fucking thing that they promised they were going to, which I don't think they're going to. I don't think they're going to deliver on anything. I think the SPD is going to deliver. They're just going to deliver shit that none of us want, right? The CDU is not going to get anything done. That's my prediction. So if I were these people, I would stop going on TV, stop fucking trying to justify what these people are doing. Unacceptable. Stay in the background, keep my head down, hope that people forget about me until the CDU does something good. Does something good. Not says good shit, does. What Christoph Ploss doesn't understand is, guys, the people are tired of the talk. Shut the fuck up and, like Nike says, just fucking do it. Okay? If you think that you're going to be able to get voters back, just fucking do it. Just do it. Don't talk about it anymore. Don't promise any shit. Keep off TV. Keep your fucking head down. Hopefully your party will turn and you might save face. I don't think so, but that would be my strategy if I was desperate to hang on to being a CDU member like Christoph Ploss is, Jens Spahn is. You know what I'm saying? If I was so desperate that I'm willing, if I was so trustworthy that I was trust Friedrich Merz to take the party in the right direction, but I'm not sure that I don't go on TV and try to defend shit that I know I can't defend. That's a dumbass strategy. It makes you look stupid. Christoph Ploss looks like one of those dolls that girls had when I was little that have the string on the back that you just pull the string and it says like 5 things, right? That's this guy. Okay, that's Christoph Ploss. That's him. You just pull the string and he goes, well, the CDU got something. Well, Migration, Politik geht schon. It's all these same talking points that we heard before the election. And after the election, all we hear is, fuck you, it's going to get more expensive. And the whole leftist agenda is going to continue. That's it. You can't justify that. So Christoph Ploss has got to shut up, get his ass off TV, don't fucking make any more appearances, stay low until the CDU actually does something, which they're not going to do. That's why people, again, I say it every video, the AfD is the only chance Germany has in the near future. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen in the far future, right? We don't know. AI may be so advanced that we're just going to have to, we'll get rid of all the politicians and all the bullshit and just have AI run the show. You know, who knows? Could work. Probably would work more efficiently than this shit. Okay, let's be real. But I think we're all not quite ready for that yet. But we don't know what's going to happen in 20 years. In the next 5 years, 10 years, the AfD is the only one on the scene in this country that's going to be able to do a goddamn thing about anything. Okay? That's it. So vote for them. It looks like Germany is finally getting the picture. If you look at the polls, the AfD is number one. Gonna keep saying it. I love it. It's hilarious. I want to laugh in all these people's faces. All of them. All of the CDU people. I wish I would meet them on the street so I could just go, I wish, you know? But it's not gonna happen probably. I won't be that lucky. But I would just laugh in their fucking face. We're gonna half the AfD. Yeah, good job. Good job doing that. You halved yourself. Right, and the AfD got double as strong. How stupid do you have to be? How dumb as fuck do you have to be as a politician to let that happen? I love it. It's amazing. It's amazing. So at least we'll stop this episode with that in mind, that it's amazing that the AfD is number one in Germany at this time, even in West Germany, right? It's crazy, right? But it's good crazy. So anyway, guys, if you want to get all of my content delivered directly to your inbox, all you got to do is subscribe to the Substack. That's it'sallaboutlogic.substack.com. You can do that for free or for $5 a month. To support me, either way is fine. But that way, you will get all of my content delivered directly to your email inbox. Whether it's articles I write, the videos I make, any of that stuff will all be there, because nothing gets censored, nothing gets deleted, nothing gets removed from Substack. So it's a great place to subscribe. You'll see everything. It's not banned. And there you go. Also, if you're watching this somewhere else, like, subscribe, repost, retweet, whatever it's called. Comment below. Get me some action on these videos. That would be great. I would appreciate it. It helps with the algorithm. It helps push me out to more people. So please do that as well. And we'll see you guys tomorrow, Germany. All right.